know I said for my title, I hope it's not cliche. I'll say this. The story, the way it went, wasn't cliche at all. But Changge and Aswan's relationship was cliche. It's like the Beauty and the Beast. Uh,
One, two, three.
Hey guys, it is Rachie and welcome back. Today we're doing a review of the Long Ballad, and I have a whole bunch of notes here on this stupid thing. I have stuff up just because, but I'm not reading the whatchamacallit. But I know I'll start off from what I said from my first video. I said it was going to be cliche. I said I was going to like Leyan, Leyan's story a lot more than Changge's. And then I knew about the uncle and the mom having a relationship. That was very obvious because he was so heartbroken. And then being surprised someone took care of it. It was really obvious that they had a little relationship. But I thought it was going to be like some secret dad or something, like she secretly got pregnant by him, but it wasn't. It was just that they had a love story. But I forget what else. I know I said for my title, I hope it's not cliche. I'll say this. The story, the way it went, wasn't cliche at all. But Changge and Aswan's relationship was cliche. It's like the Beauty and the Beast. Whatever the little syndrome, I forget what I said in the thing in my first little video, but it's cliche in that part. The ending could have been better, honestly. It kind of dragged on for some reason, and there's really no dramatic ending part, because honestly, you knew that Changge wasn't gonna die, and I don't know why they acted like she did with the Emperor and everything. Like, they went and killed off the main actor if they didn't kill off some of the second lead roles, like Leyan, Leyan, or Hao Do, or, well, they killed off Mimi. Well, Mimi's a different story, but we'll leave that alone. But I'll read off of what I said here. And I thought it was funny when she first swung on her uncle, because I'm like, why did she swing on him? That's what I wrote here, but it was funny. And kind of just based off of how close she was with her uncle, I already knew there was something off with her father. And I kind of wished in the end that they had the uncle give her away to Aswan, even though I know she's still mad at him because he is at fault for her mom dying, but one way or another, one of them would have died, and so would her mother, which she knew at the end because the uncle finally told what happened. And I don't know, her mom just didn't, like, I don't know why she was so sad about the dad of Changge dying, the crown prince. Like, from what I seen, she didn't want to be around him. She stayed away from him, except for when she went to bring him a drink, but then she heard his little plot to kill the uncle, but whatever. But I did wish, I don't know, I feel like it could have been, well, I know it's based on the story, and the director's not going to change a whole plot of the story based on that, but it was just kind of weird. But I still really like the relationship and how she realized, she turned around and was like, oh, he's a good emperor and everything. And she's like, I'm not going to kill him and put the world in a mess just so I could get my vengeance. I did like that. She grew in that way. And then the Princess of Sway, I like how they use, I was like watching the last scene between their last exchange. Like, are they going to point out, like, she's like a mirror version of herself? Like, she's the opposite, like, Chang'e, where she could have been at if she was still looking for revenge. But then she said it like, oh, that could have, like, I could have been in your place. And I'm glad they mentioned that, because I don't know if everybody would have paid attention to it. That would be where she's at if people wanted her to continue her plot and everything. If I keep looking over here, I have a mirror to see what's going on with my phone, but do not know. I don't know why I'm saying do not know, but oh well. Um, it was like, I was confused about her relationship and why she's closer to her father. I mean, closer to her uncle than her father. She's like more so scared of her father, and they didn't really show that beforehand, so I want to know what else was related to it, why she was scared of him in a way, because she kept her distance. He seemed very proud of her for after the competition and her winning, but it was just weird. Like, I understand him being upset that she was closer to the uncle because of the mom and the uncle's relationship beforehand, but why he taking on the daughter? I guess because she's also close to uncle. But I understand him being mad because she just gave the little dagger away to him without even thinking of her dad. Like, it's kind of weird. But I mean, like, their relationship, that's why she didn't think of giving it to her dad. But everything I said in here, like, everything with her mom dying was very obvious, was going to die or something, because she kept pushing her away. First she wanted her to just stay in the house and everything, and then she's like, oh, I'm sending you away. And then she was like so emotional with Chang'e leaving, and I don't know how Chang'e didn't pay attention that her mom was, I think she knew her mom was acting funny, but she didn't pay attention to it. She was just upset that she was getting sent away. But it was just very weird, I guess, that she didn't pay attention to that more. And then she regrets, well, I don't know, they both like longed for each other. They kept looking back and then looking away when the other person looked back. But yeah, oh yeah, now I'll focus on Chang'e and Asun's relationship, and then I'll go to Hao and Leyan's relationship. I don't like the relationship just because of him making her his slave in front of everyone, and then everyone being upset that she left her master and she didn't die, and her surrendering. Like, that was very stupid. I don't understand how he's so upset that she kept her distance away from him. He's like, I'm trying to help you. Like, you made everyone mad at her just so she could protect him. I know she didn't care about that, but I'm just thinking from his point of his perspective, that making her his servant would not make her fall in love with him just based on that and her being around him. He wouldn't know that. And him like, oh, I want her to be happy, so I'm going to take her where I'm quote unquote happy, even though he's not. It was just, I know he was in a way trying to keep her safe, but it didn't keep her safe at all. And I don't know why he would think that was a possibility of her being safe around him and her knowing that she wanted to get revenge and everything. I don't know what thought process. Is very weird. I don't care for the relationship because it's something we all seen before. It's usually most of the main character stories and a lot of these dramas that are about like the fighting, like a strong female meets a strong guy who's secretly soft just for her, and then he changes only for her. Like, he's very insecure. He never liked anyone. He only liked her. Like, no one matters except for her. Like, I do like that there was no real love triangle for them. There's people that liked them and they didn't really interfere too much in their relationship. I did like that. But I don't really care for their relationship at all. It wasn't cute. It wasn't touching. Nothing. I'll say this. None of their little dramatic scenes I cried for. I didn't feel like happy or sad. When he got shot, I knew he wasn't going to die. When she got shot, I knew she wasn't going to die. Like, all these scenes are too, you can already see the outcome beforehand because they're not going to die. And it was obvious, and they didn't. So I didn't really care. I'm like, oh, we're going to see them in the next scene. It's fine. Like, it doesn't matter. He has another plot point later on, so it makes sense. Now, with Leyan's story, I cried for her. I love her relation with Haldol. She was scared of him at first, and then later on she depended on him, and then she was pissed off at him. Like, she hated him for everything. And then now she's in love with him. Like, I kind of like that process of the relationship. Like, they learn to love each other. Like, after being through so much, them caring for each other. Like, how they're searching for her everywhere. And I can understand where he's getting scared when she disappears now, because he was looking forever and he couldn't find her after a while. Like, I see that happening, and her falling in love with him because he was there when she finally got to the town where she could get help, and he was there when whatchamacallit died. What is his name? Zhao. Zhao. I didn't even write his name. Zhao. I think it's Zhao. But I see that I love the relationship, and I thought one of them were gonna die. I don't know why I had a feeling that one of them were gonna die, that they were gonna kill him off, because they're not the main character, so they could probably just let him die, and they wouldn't care about them later on to the story, except for Chunga being upset. But I just really like their relationship more. I think more so because I like Leyan a lot more, because she actually grew up more than Chunga. Chunga just didn't seek revenge, and she actually cares about people. Which she, in a way, she already did care about the people. She just cared about them now, not to seek revenge. But Leyan, she actually is not selfish, where she would want new stuff. She said it when she was speaking to the emperor when she first got back, that she doesn't really want new stuff, that they depend on the people and everything. And I really love how she progressed. Like, she was crying all the time and she always needed help, and now she's like, the only thing that she can't really defend herself is fighting, but she knew how to stand up for herself when they were trying to get her to be married. She stood up for herself, which I'm glad for that. And then she helped Chunga throughout the story in multiple ways. And I'm glad they didn't make a stupid little plot where she thought that Chunga was going to mess with her brother and use him for a plot point. And she seen through that. And I'm glad she never got mad at Chunga, because whatever that guy she first liked, that had a crush on Chunga, I'm glad they didn't use that plot point to make them hate each other, and then Leyan be a vengeful, annoying character that's only mad at her just because she can't fall in love with the guy and being selfish. Glad they didn't do that, because I actually like her. She grew up. She knows how to take care of people. She found a person that loved her. Like, her story's a lot better, and I kind of wish they focused on her more, because I really didn't care about Chunga's story out with Aswan in his little camp and stuff, because nothing was really going to happen to her except for she was a servant, but she lived perfectly fine. She could kind of go where she wanted in a way. But was just out in the wild with people. I'm glad she got to go to a house where she learned how to take care of herself, learn how to make fabrics and everything. And I love that the woman there who was like arrogant and everything, and their relationship, and her going to stop Leyan from killing herself, like my husband did it, and she's like, don't do it. She was just like, she was just getting her hard love, tough love, that's what it's called. She was giving her tough love and everything, and she learned from that. And like, I love their relationship. I just love Leyan story so much. Like, she has a better story than Chang'e, 100%. And I could care less what other people think, but I just love her story a lot more because she develops a lot more than Chang'e. And then I was upset that they killed off like Xiao. I'm just gonna call him Xiao because I don't remember his name, but the little brother that Leyan had, and then Adol, that Chang'e's little student that she had. Both of them, I was so pissed off they killed off both of them. That's where I cried really hard for both of them. Because Adol did his job and he did become a general after knowing, like, I was proud of him that he figured out a way, but it was so sad the way he went. And then Xiao also, and then him helping her even though he was mean to her in the other city, and he also stole for her, but then him coming to help her and take care of her and them helping each other out. I just love both of those characters, and I wish they didn't kill them off because there was really no point for them to die. Well, there was a point for Ado to die, for sure, just to let them know that there is no one coming to help, and the city fell. Like that was, but Xiao, he could have lived, really, and then I feel like the crown prince, the little Leon's little brother, he could have had a friend with him instead of the other boy, and then them learning to love each other. Like that would have been a nice story of Leon's adopted brother meeting her brother and then becoming best friends and growing up together. Like that would have been cute. I really would have loved that, but it didn't happen. Oh yeah, with Aswin, I was like really, I said I did hate him for making her a servant because Yunar is waiting for her. That's what I think I'm mostly mad about, is that if he would have just left her alone, she would have went with people that actually cared about her, and then she could have took care of UNR, even though I know she got her own teacher now and everything, and then she had a lot of people that would care for her. But I would have liked to see that story where she's with them and growing, but maybe she wouldn't. No, I don't. She really wasn't out for revenge after she met the governor. Like after that, she really started caring about the people in the city, and that. And I don't. Yeah, she didn't really seek for revenge after this. She was just helping. Like she'd been learned, and she was just upset, which she can be because her parents died. Like, but it was stupid. And then I was really happy that Chang'e and Leyan finally got to see each other after growing a lot. Like each time they meet up, I'm glad they did. And yeah, I was saying that I like Dou and Leyan's story a lot more because I could see it happening more naturally than Aswen and Chang'e. It makes a lot more sense of someone that's going through a tragedy. She didn't depend. Leyan and Chang'e is very different. Like Leyan depended on Dou a lot more, so I feel like she could fall in love with him more than Chang'e, than him just helping her with her period. And he really didn't do anything significant to protect her. He did his stuff. Like, he did do a lot of plotting to get her and everything, but I still don't like the relationship at all. I don't care for it, but whatever. Yeah. I think that's pretty much what I wrote down, that I could go off of what, and then go off what I'm saying. I know with Mimi, I hated her for messing with Leyan. I hated her for stealing the I don't think Leyan ever got that little packet back, and I'm glad that Chang'e sold her the little fan for when she's getting married. Like, I'm glad they did that. But Mimi, she all of a sudden got balls just because of Chang'e, and then her, like, I don't know. I don't care for her. I'm glad she didn't really listen to what you call it. I know I was pissed off at her for when she ratted on Changun, and then later on they showed her that Changun told her to do it and everything. She didn't want to listen to the princess from Sway. I don't remember her name. But I just think, I don't know. Do not know. I just don't care for Mimi at all. I think it was kind of cute when she first met, what you call it, Chunga. And I don't know why Chunga just didn't tell her that she was a girl, because she's her servant in a way, her maid, so she could have known, and then it would have been less awkward. Like, she could have just said that from the beginning and not wait for her period cramps to be her sign and everything. Like, easy. Like, oh, you don't have to worry, you can be comfortable. Like, I'm a girl and like I'm just in hiding as a man here. Like, she could easily told her, because one way or another she would have found out, and her telling her wouldn't have changed anything, because even if she thought that she was going to rat on her and tell everyone that she was a girl when Sun brought her back with her period cramps and stuff, she still could have ratted and told everyone that she was a girl then, so it wouldn't change anything if she told her beforehand. But I don't care for their relationship. I really like Chang'e and Leyan's relationship a lot more, and then them actually being sisters compared to other dramas where literal sisters and then hating each other just because of God. Like, I'm glad they're cousins and they still see each other as sisters and everything. They gave this drama a 9.4. That is good. I have it up, and I want to see what people are saying, but I want to see the lowest one. I always have to see the lowest one. Yeah, so someone is saying that it's average, not bad, but not best. Pretty actress, but they need to develop acting skills. Yeah, this wasn't Dilraba's best drama, like the King's Woman, even though that's basically the same character and same love story. I feel like I like that story more just because he killed her, and then, well, I don't like it. It pisses me off. It sticks with me more because he killed her. That's why. But it wasn't her best drama. It's really not her best drama. I'm not going to watch this again. Like, I watched King's Woman again because I'm still pissed off about it. But I don't watch to that part. But, yeah, she was in better ones than this. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just seen this comment. With the artwork, I love they paid homage to the book and everything. I love that they did that. But certain scenes, it didn't need to be added on. During a war scene, I know they don't have to pay the actors for the acting. But if you have some of the people dressed up already, then why not act out that scene and do that? Because it was pointless, because you just hear the people talking over it. It was very stupid. Certain part, like, I love the ending where they showed the artwork. They could have done that in certain parts. Like, certain parts. Like, I don't know what parts, but certain parts. Just not during action scenes or, like, very dramatic scenes where, like, I understand where they're sweeping down the river. That's easier to do than having your actors halfway drowned. And then it just, that scene, it worked because we don't need people halfway drowning. The ending, it worked. Not during the war scene, because I wanted to see them actually fight each other, and it was just weird that they edited the actors into the scene but with the artwork, because it doesn't work. It doesn't make any sense. It just threw it off. And then when a dramatic scene was on, I was like already into it, and then when it cuts to the artwork, I'm just like numb, because I don't care for the artwork. I wasn't there. I was here for the acting and wanted to see how the actor reacted and everything. It just didn't help the scene at all. It hurt it more so because I just sat there and like, oh, okay, but it was good. I'm not gonna watch this again for sure. I just love Leyan. That's the only part. If Leyan's story wasn't in here, I don't think I would have liked this drama at all. For sure, for sure. And I would just say it's cliche to the head to the toe. But Leyan's story made it a lot better. And her growing helped the story a lot. And I love Leyan the most. Like, I could care less about Chunga, honestly. Like, I'm glad she found everything out and then she's not seeking revenge. Like, I'm proud of her for that. But I feel like her story could have been the second female lead. But I guess people like revenge stories a lot, so they want to see how they react to it. Leyan's story is the best, and I love that part, and it's good drama. The rest of it could be forgotten, but that is all I have to say. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I know I'm going to do a few more because my phone's been lost for a while, so I can't record a lot of stuff. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
1, 2, 3.